So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's a real exciting
Really
movie that
exciting.
follows this guy, Arizona Smith. Oh, I do not like that name. Oh, I got other options. Colorado Miller. Hate that so much. Dakota Johnson. That one just sounds ridiculous. Indiana Jones.
That one's real.
Say that one again. Indiana Jones.
That one is real.
I do not like that one either. Kentucky Davis. Okay, these are just getting worse. Just go with the one before. Well, okay then. So what's the movie about? Well, so in
Davis.
1936, this guy, Indiana Jones, he's in a Peruvian jungle trying to track down this golden idol. Okay,
right.
and one of the guys he hired finds a poison dart lodged in a tree. So he's like, this is 3 days old. We're being followed. Wouldn't that mean they're 3 days behind whoever shot that dart? Hey, shut up. So Indy enters this ancient temple, and this thing is full of boobies. Traps. Sorry, that sentence continued. That's okay. So there's this one trap where if you touch the light, some spikes shoot out of the wall. How did ancient people have that technology and reset all those traps? I don't know. Well, okay then. So finally, Indy gets the idol, but it triggers this big boulder to roll, so he's got to run away real fast.
Classic.
Rolling stones are tight. But then when he gets out of the temple, his nemesis Belloc steals the idol from him, and Indy narrowly escapes being killed. Jeez. So then back home, Indiana Jones is visited by these guys who want to hire him. What for? To track down the Ark of the Covenant, because turns out Hitler wants it. Oh, no. Which one? Which Hitler? The Adolf. Ding. That's the worst one. Yeah, she sure was, sir. So what's Indy's job, anyway? Oh, he's an archaeologist and a professor, and all his female students are super in love with them. Makes him a little uncomfortable. Yeah, it would be weird for him to hook up with someone so much younger than him.
Really?
So he flies to Nepal and sees Marion, who he used to hook up with when she was much, much younger. Oh, my God. Yeah, and it's funny because she's mad at him. She's like, I was a child. I was in love. It was wrong, and you knew it. So yeah, the situation between the two
is our hero.
Kind of predatory, romantic. So Indy needs this medallion from her because that could tell him where the Ark is buried. Okay. But then some freaking Nazis show up because they want the medallion too, and Belloc is working with them.
That's right.
So then there's a big old fight, and the building burns down, and outside Marion is like, Indy, I'm your partner now. Aren't the Nazis also right outside the burning building? Guess not, loser. What? So Indy and Marion head to Cairo to meet Indy's buddy Sala, right? Okay. Then when it seems like Indy's about to get shot, Sala sends all his children in to defuse the situation and get him out of there. Sending your kids into a deadly situation, that's a good strategy. And then there's going to be a big old action set piece where Marion gets kidnapped in a basket, and it seems like she explodes to death. Oh, no. So anyway, then Indy finds out that the Nazis are digging for the Ark in the wrong spot because they didn't have the right height for the staff for the medallion. Oh? Yeah, the staff has to be 6 feet tall so the sun can shine through the medallion at a specific time of day. Wouldn't it have to be on a specific day of the year as well? Hey, shut up, silly. Hey, shut up. Okay. So since Indy knows the correct height, he holds the staff and the medallion above it.
He's got nothing. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to try. I'm just going to keep with the hey, shut up. That's it.
His head and shines the light perfectly. Above his head? You said the staff was 6 feet tall. Yeah. Indiana Jones like 4'10"? I guess he is, yeah. And then also Indy finds Marion, and it turns out she wasn't dead. She had switched baskets before the explosion. How? By doing it off screen. Oh, sneaky. So eventually, after some cool chase scenes with some suddenly appearing cliffs, the good guys are going to get the Ark onto a boat. Well, great. But then the bad guys show up again. These freaking bad guys keep doing that. Persistent Nazis, sir. So Indy manages to get off the boat, but Marion and the Ark get taken. Well, it's going to be hard for Indy to survive alone in the water. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, there's a nearby German submarine, so Indy grabs onto that and hitches a ride. A submarine? How long can this little 4'10" guy hold his breath for the duration of some on-screen transitions? So they head to this remote island because Belloc wants to test the Ark before showing it to Hitler. Smart move. That Hitler guy could be very judgmental. He sure can, sir. So then Indy pops out with a rocket launcher, and he's like, haha, I'll blow up the Ark if you don't let Marion free. Very brave. But Belloc knows that Indy loves historical stuff, so he calls his bluff and eats a little bug. Now Marion and Indy are captured, and the bad guys prepare to open the Ark. And Indy tells Marion, no matter what you do, don't open your eyes. Does he like really believe in this mystical stuff? Exactly the opposite, actually. So then they open the Ark, and a bunch of spooky ghosts and lights shoot out, and all the bad guys die horrible deaths. Wow, well, thank God Indiana Jones was there to fail at stopping the Nazis. Yeah, so then back in Washington, Indiana. Wait, how'd they get off the island? Oh, they did that thing where they do incredible things off screen again? Oh, that is a good trick. Yeah, so he gives it to some government people, and they shove it in a big warehouse warehouse and we're done. So what do you
Classic
think?
scene.
I think it sounds like a good time. Yeah, who do you think we should get to play this guy? Well, despite the predatory implications, I am picturing somebody, you know, a bit older, maybe around 40. Oh, 40. I thought you were going to say something like 80. Nobody wants to see an 80-year-old in a movie like this.
That right there. Why are we still doing this? That's the last one though, right? Should be, because my lord. It's funny to think like Harrison Ford had this role and Han Solo in Star Wars, and they're very iconic roles. And even though you kind of see him doing certain similar things in both roles, it still works. And they feel like genuine, you know, different takes on different properties. I didn't feel like I was seeing Harrison Ford necessarily when I was watching both of those movies or both of those franchises and he's showing up. I didn't see Indiana Jones in Star Wars or Han Solo in Indiana Jones. So I think he did a really great job. But did you know all the people that actually went for this role or were possibly considered for the role? Let's go over the list because it's an interesting one and one that I did not know. But the first is this guy. I don't even know who this is. I mean, maybe I should probably increase this a little bit. Yeah, that'll work there. Yeah, that's even better. Tim Matheson. This is who, like this picture here reminds me like of who this guy is. He's mostly in like, I want to say TV shows, like TV movies, but they were going to try to go with a lesser known actor and they were going to go with him at one point. Would have been interesting. Who knows? Maybe his career would have been even better, or this would have like been bad for this franchise. Who knows? Who really knows? I think Harrison Ford does kind of make the movies what they are. So there is that part. Next, Nick Nolte. That would have been odd. Maybe his trajectory in his career would have been better if he had taken this, but that would have been a little bit weird because he already looked like a really old guy back in the 80s. So I don't know. It probably would have worked for what they were going for with this character. Who knows? But that would have been kind of an odd one. Peter Coyote. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but this is the guy from E.T. That's all I remember him from. That's literally it. If you know anything else, let me know. But yeah, that one was a little bit weird. Yeah. Again, lesser known, so maybe it could have worked, maybe not, but he doesn't even look the part. This one's really weird. Bill Murray. And this is from MovieWeb from last year article, so just in case you want to check it out. But Bill Murray, that would have been very odd. And they've got a number of SNL, well, 2 cast members and one that hosts a lot. But Bill Murray was one, wouldn't have worked. Chevy Chase, another. I don't think that would have worked at all either. A little bit too comedic. His face doesn't really go for it. So there's that. And then Steve Martin. Nah. Of the 3 of them, I probably would go with Steve Martin. Maybe. I don't know, but that's just me because I like him more between the 3. But yeah, that would have been weird. But there was Jack Nicholson as well. This wouldn't have worked. There's just no way. Can't see it. Great actor. He's been retired for years, but I can't see it at all. So this wouldn't have worked. The one that could have worked, even though I don't think it would have been that great, he just looks the part overall, is Tom Selleck. He originally had the role. But then he couldn't do it because of Magnum PI, the TV show, his scheduling on that. So he had to drop out. But he was like offered it. He was pretty much like, I guess, banked as having it, and then he had to drop out. So now the tried and true is who we know in the role here. Harrison Ford, he got it. And it's hard to kind of imagine anybody else doing it. I'm sure we're gonna get something new, whether it's a reboot or a reimagining of some kind. They're gonna do something. I already know. So I'm just kind of gearing myself up for it. But it's one day it's gonna happen. But what are your thoughts on the pitch meeting and also on the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark for Indiana Jones? It was my least favorite of the original 3: Raiders, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. I like The Last Crusade mainly because of the action and the ending. Temple of Doom was my favorite because it's very silly and it's very action-packed and it's just got that fantasy element to it way more than the others. They all have that, but this one had way more, but it's very silly. But it was my favorite of the 3, where this one, Raiders, was my least favorite. Now the older I get, I do appreciate that one more. I love them all, but I appreciate Raiders a little bit more than I used to when I was younger. So that's my thought on that. But Ryan George, I think he killed it, especially with the predatory aspect of the character with his students, which is a little bit insane. But let me know your thoughts, though, in the comments below on this one. What do you think of the pitch meeting and the movie, and then also just those other acting choices? Could you see someone else in the role from back then that would take on this character, maybe do better than Harrison Ford, or do you think he's the GOAT as far as Indiana Jones is concerned? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like and subscribe to Pitch Meetings as well, and I will see you guys as always on the next video. Take care.